JW Norling.
Good morning, boys. How are we feeling? Caleb Williams and Rome Odunze, Chicago Bears.
Oh, it's a great day. It's a great day for the Chicago Bears because of the competency, Cap, that we see at House Hall. Once again, for those that are just tuning in on the program, we appreciate you checking out Cap and J Hood, especially on this Bears Victory Friday. But the point is, though, is that the activity that the Bears have done is a far cry from what we've seen in previous off seasons. And this is why it's a reason to be optimistic. Not giving you the Lombardi Trophy, not giving you the division. What I'm giving you this morning on this side of the table is this is different than the years past because of how this is built.
Yeah, as I said to you earlier, the word you use, process, is what makes me so happy to see how they did their process.
Celebrated today.
Like when Ryan Pace picked Mitch Trubisky, the process was flawed. He didn't tell his head coach, who's a veteran head coach who'd taken two teams to the Super Bowl. Whatever you like or didn't like about John Fox, you can't deny the man's knowledge and resume. And so you don't tell your head coach because you're afraid he's going to tell someone else and it's going to spoil your plan. That means you got a dysfunctional franchise from the get-go.
That's right.
And the fact that the team president and the owner allowed that is unconscionable.
See, that's when you are not a sound quality organization. You're not running business properly. Everyone with the Bears are on the same page. There might have been a push and pull of what you want to do at 9 in that room, but ultimately it's on Ryan Poles to say, okay, we don't know how long Keenan Allen's going to be here, but Odunze and Caleb Williams will grow up together in this offense, and they're going to make it happen.
Correct.
He sees Odunze as the future of the Bears.
But we saw, and I know he's picking one so he doesn't have to disguise things like pace. I know that. Their process, we're going to go out to the pro day. We're going to have dinner in L.A. We're going to interview 1 billion people about this kid. We're going to do all these background checks. We're going to bring him into Lake Forest. We're going to have him have dinner with some of our teammates. And Ryan Poles not even be in the same room so he can relax and be with players. And all those players weigh in and said, yeah, that dude's... he's legit. We're in. We like that guy. Andrew Brandt worked in the Packer front office, and now he's left football. He's a journalist. He said, just tweeted this. Remember when Caleb Williams was going to, A, stay at USC for a big NIL package?
Yep.
2, not play for the Bears and engineer a trade elsewhere? 3, demand equity in an NFL franchise and not sign a standard rookie contract. Lesson, ignore the noise.
Yes.
Caleb Williams never, ever talked about any of that. That was all a bunch of nonsense out there.
Yes, and I know that there is so much news and conjecture and rumor and innuendo out there about draft picks and sports in general, but when you hear just a rumor, it doesn't mean it's fact. And those things that was just pointed out, that was thrown in our faces like a furnace blast.
Yep.
Telling us that, oh, Caleb Williams is Hollywood and Caleb Williams doesn't want to be here and his dad's going to be this big influence and he's going to stay at USC. Again, just listen. Just listen. When you have somebody that's on the inside or someone that has the knowledge to say, hey, I was told so-and-so and so-and-so here from the home of the Bears, I mean, you pretty much put it in the bank. You happen to be the home of the Bears, might know something about the team. While we're here.
I was walking from the garage this morning. NOSHOT. Yeah, I know. The garage this morning. Yeah. Some jackaloon stops me. He's like, I can't believe you like that draft pick. Kid's a diva. He's this. I said, you know nothing about what you're talking about. Go into your Dunkin' Donuts and get your coffee. And I walked on, and he's like, oh, sounded like Greenie. Shay.
Here's Shea Norling.
Oh.
All right, here's your football equivalent of a blue chew, Bears fans. This is your 2024 starting offense. Caleb Williams, DeAndre Swift, DJ Moore, Keenan Allen, Rome Odunze, Cole Kmet. That's 2,000-yard Pro Bowl wide receivers, a rookie receiver coming off a 1,600-yard season his final year in college, also caught 13 touchdowns, and your quarterback billed as the best QB prospect since Andrew Luck. Shot or no shot, Caleb Williams will be the first Bears quarterback to throw for 4,000 yards in his rookie season.
That's a shot. That's an absolute shot. You've got weapons all over the place. Weapon after weapon. Love, love, love it, and I think he will.
Blessed with good health, he should be able to do that. That is a shot because that's what it's predicated on. And him being on the field. That's what it's predicated on. He has weapons to do so. Does he have enough infrastructure in front of him to give him those time for those avenues to throw down the field? Now, if that's the case, then the world is his oyster. I mean, there's some spots here for him at quarterback for him to surpass pretty easily. There's some milestones he could pass pretty easily as a Bears quarterback.
No question
For
about
the
it.
amount of Bears quarterbacks we've seen,
Just stay healthy. Just stay
I
healthy.
mean, those records are right there individually.
Correct.
I want progress. Shay.
What about 30 touchdowns?
Yeah, that's a shot.
That would also be the first.
Yeah.
Justin Herbert did it as a rookie, 31-10, in not even a full season.
It's all attainable. It's
All attainable.
Yeah, it is attainable. Again, he needs the time, and I'm not. But here's what I'm going to tell you, Cap. And I said this months ago. Shane Waldron's the new offensive coordinator, and you have a new quarterback in place. I'm not going to throw cold water on anything. What I'm saying is it's an adjustment for everybody. From the beginning, him to be able to learn the NFL. He was in college at a high level in the Pac-12. There's not a Pac-10, whatever. But the point is that he's got to be able to learn. They all have to be able to work together. Hopefully it happens sonically for this Bears team.
Yes.
Shay.
All right, Ryan Poles spoke last night, debriefing the first round of the draft, and sounds like he's done talking about the history of Bears quarterbacks.
I think he just kind of wanted to get a feel for everybody in the organization of what were we about in terms of like what's our direction, what's our North Star, how are we going to get there, and I think through our actions we've shown that, and you know, history's the history. Like I'm kind of done talking about it. Like we go back so much all the time, and those days are over. So we're bringing players in here that want to really just change everything up and do things a different way. Obviously, we love our history here, but it hasn't been smooth recently, and it's time to change. So I feel like we got to stop going back all the time.
Shot or no shot, the Bears quarterback history doesn't matter anymore.
Yeah, we're on to bigger and better things. Don't forget it and understand how hard it was to get to this point, and we've accomplished nothing yet because we haven't played yet. We've got the kid. Yep. It looks like it's going to be great. Don't forget your history. Don't just erase it. It is what it is. It is your history. But now let's write a new chapter.
Yeah, it is. The history does matter, Shay. It does matter. Now, does it matter to this regime or for Ryan Poles? No, it shouldn't matter. But the point is that for context, we have to talk about where the Bears have been and then where the Bears are now and where they can be. You cannot tell the story of the Chicago Bears without talking about the ineptitude of the quarterback position. I mean, he can erase it, yes, because he's focused on the today. But all of us that's lived here and seen all this Bears team not being able to get it right at quarterback for the majority of our lives, of course. You can't tell the story without talking about the history first.
Correct. To come from way back, you have to be way back. We've been way back. Now let's go.
I know in some sections of our society, many would like to be able to, erase history, but you can't erase history. You can't just live in 2024 as like whatever happened before, and that doesn't matter. It's about what's happening now. No, that's the reason why that we have history books and the reason why we have context, because we have to take a look at how things evolved or devolved.
Correct.
Especially with the Chicago Bears.
You are correct. You realize, and Bill Barnwell wrote this, I saw it on Twitter, but I was thinking the same thing, but I'll give him all the credit. 2 years ago, Dante Pettis, E.Q. Brown, and Amir Smith-Marset were getting starts at wide receiver. Rome Odunze is your third on your depth chart. Third!
I don't know, Kip. We can win 10 games with Marset. I don't know about you.
Those people that picked the Bears to win 10 games in 2022, you really need to get tested.
Yeah, you want to know what talent looks like. Look at the depth chart for the Bears this morning.
Yeah.
Here's Shea Norling.
Well, look at talent around the league, too. 23 of 32 first-round picks were offensive players, leaving top 20 defensive prospects on the board in the second round. Bears are short on capital the rest of this draft, but next year have some extra picks that they could use to move around a little bit. And it isn't just defensive talent that fell. Another player who was linked to the Bears early in this process is still available today. Shot or no shot, the Bears should trade up for Oregon center Jackson Powers Johnson.
There were people calling the show a month, 6 weeks ago. We should take him at 9. Now we had the Duke Center, and they have already said they're going to play him at center in Tampa. Go like pick 20 or thereabouts. So I don't know what Poll's eval on Jackson Powers Johnson is. If he has a really high grade on him and he could make a decent deal to go get him, why not? Absolutely. But what about the kid from Illinois, the 3 technique inside, Jerzon Newton? He's on the board.
He is.
There, Kool-Aid McKinstry, the corner, is on the board, who a lot thought was a first-round pick. There's a bunch. There's some edge guys still out there. Go get the best player on your board if you feel he, is something you can use.
Sure. I'm still steadfast in belief that the Bears could get more picks here in this draft. They didn't go down at 9. They got the wide receiver they wanted in Roma Dunze, but they should get more picks if they can.
That means you're going to have to give up next year's capital. So,
I'm here.
Don't they have 11 picks next year? Like that?
Yeah, it's fine.
And Poll said it's going to be hard to make our football team.
Yeah.
So, do I need 11 picks?
Probably not.
Probably not, but it's got to be the right deal for the right guy. Like if you're sitting there in your war room and you go, Ian, that dude's still on the board. Where do we have him? We've got him the highest rated guy on our board right now.
Yes.
Make the call.
Sure.
Let's go.
Sure. That's a shot for me because you want to, again, as you go through the draft, there's always going to be some diamonds here and there, 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th round. But wouldn't it be great today for him to be able to find something that is a first-round talent that happens to be in the 2nd round that you traded up to get?
Correct.
That could be.
Yeah.
That could be.
So we'll see.
Can you squeeze in one more, Shay?
Of course I can. The Bears are improved, we think, on paper. But the path might not be that easy. The Lions improved their defense after an NFC title game appearance. They got Terry and Arnold, the corner out of Alabama. The Packers improved their offensive line. They went with Jordan Morgan. And the Vikings were very active in the first round, trading up twice and ending up with their quarterback of the future in J.J. McCarthy, as well as the Alabama edge rusher Dallas Turner. Shot or no shot? The NFC North could be the best division in football.
Yeah, it's NFC or AFC North, period,
It's
for
the
me.
North. It's the Norths. Yeah.
Those two Norths. I think we're a click better than the AFC North, but we'll see. This is a loaded division. When I was listening to Chris Canty break down the Vikings and the talent on their roster, like he does not see that this is a team mailing in this season. He said, you start naming off Jordan Addison and Justin Jefferson and T.J. Hawkinson and Aaron Jones. Like, they got weapons now.
Yes.
So, and then they replaced Daniil Hunter with Dallas Turner. If he's as good as we all think he is, that's a pretty good football team. So we'll see.
The question?
This
Shot
is
or
the
no
best
shot, the
division,
best division
in football.
Yeah, I agree. I agree with you.
Yeah.
Because I heard the analysis about the NFC North, and I was
Just
thinking
say shot.
the NFC North. Yeah, I got it. That's a shot. Yeah, I agree with you. All right, coming up, we will have Around the NFL draft overreactions.